Welcome back to Okaloosa Today, folks. It's now time for the City of Fort Walton Beach update, and two distinguished members of the City of Fort Walton Beach staff. For the first time ever, Joe Soria, our Public Information Officer. Joe, how exciting is this for you?
I'm pretty excited to be here. Thank you.
For your first visit, could you have asked for anyone better than Tim Bullock to join you?
I don't think so. Well, I had a list, quite honestly. But
So you selected. So she chose Tim to share the messages of 2014 and 2015. Happy to have you. Tim has been on before. We talked about recycling. We're going to go back to that. But Joe, I want to start. First of all, the hair looks great.
Thank you.
It's very nice. A good look. Do you see the little blue in the hair? Can you see that, folks? When you see it in the screen there, look at that. The little blue. It's nice. Looks marvelous. But let's chat about it. I just got this email at the chamber, and we have it right here in front of us. 2014, by the numbers. Let's share what you've compiled here.
We have, I just kind of wanted to see how we had done last year.
Right.
You know, we have departments who are doing great things, but they don't always have the time to talk about the great things they're doing. So they picked someone like me who talks a lot, and they asked me to do it for them. And so I just kind of started going through the numbers. I started asking our departments, what have you been up to? What are you doing? And they gave me some numbers that were really pretty impressive, and so I pulled them together. For instance, 961 public records requests fulfilled. I had no idea that we had gotten almost 1,000 public records requests over the years, and that we had been satisfying those requests for the public.
And give us an example for someone who's out there watching this, what kind of an example of a public records request would be?
People want to know a lot of different things. They kind of want to know what's going on with some of the properties in town, the status of different properties. They want to know kind of some of the employee stats. That can really run the gamut.
Sure. So in this case, someone contacts the city, it's like live Google. We are obligated to tell you what's going on.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. Now, as I look at the numbers, I certainly have been very pleased with 87 new businesses from the Chamber of Commerce. But Tim, let's get you involved here. Last time we were chatting about recycling, and look at that. Tell us about the tons recycled.
Yep, we were very excited last year. As you know, we rolled out our residential recycling program, curbside recycling program late in the year even. And throughout the course of the year, we deferred over 750 tons from what would have gone into the landfill, and it's all been recycled and repurposed for bigger and better things.
And that's just in the experimental, that's not the whole city, right?
No, that's the entire city.
Okay.
We actually were able to do 100 tons in the first 3 months of the pilot program, which is a tremendous amount of participation there as well.
Now, Joe, you seem like you're a recycler.
I am a recycler. At this point, though, I'm not even living in this city, so it's different for me. But my folks live in the city. They are in the pilot program. They have been completely impressed.
Should we say hello to the Sorias? We should, shouldn't they? It's a wonderful
family.
Hi,
Mom and Dad, and Reed.
And Reed, the outstanding troubadour around the community. Well, let's get back to some of the stuff. I see these, the police responses. That's a large number. Is that a good number?
That's a good number because it's not only people calling with emergencies, but a police response means that can be self-initiated as well. So that's our officers getting out there. They are proactively looking for ways they can serve the community. So those are self-initiated and called in. That's a cumulative number. And
this can be available. It's on the website?
Yes. If you go to fwb.org, click on the little banner. All these numbers are right there. 145,000 library materials lent, because that's DVDs, that's books, that's audio tapes. That's
amazing.
People still go into the library, Tim. We're very happy. And we have the best library in the world.
We believe so.
Tricia and the gang down there, they do a wonderful job. But let's go back to you, Tim. There's kind of fun stuff on here, and there's also topical. How about this water customer serve?
Yes, sir. We serve somewhere around 9,500 customers a year.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that, but we do. We provide good, high quality water to about 9,500 people a year.
And in the lower left-hand corner of this is a great showing that the financial turn is happening. 54 new homes.
Exactly. Yeah, we're very excited about that. We've seen a lot of revitalization this year, Ted, where people are going in, they're taking older homes, knocking those homes down, and they're coming back in with newer and improved, more up-to-date homes. You know,
you've been with the city a long time. I would imagine 3 years ago that number would be 10% of that?
10% is probably about right.
So it's a great sign. 2014 was a great sign to transition. And I want to cover one more thing on there, Joe. The kids playing city sports. How fun is that?
1,500. We've got soccer, we've got softball, baseball, football, and those run seasonally. We're really wanting to work this year on pushing that out there as well. Get the kids out there playing. We've got a beautiful city. We want them out there.
And while we're on that subject, let's chat about the new Park and Rec Center. When's that opening? Give us a feel for when that's happening.
That's coming. What did we hear?
We're looking at somewhere right in the beginning of May.
All right. So it's soon. The grass is going to be started planting soon for those new ball fields, the new soccer fields. That is going to be an amazing amenity.
I've been through to take pictures and get the tour, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to plug in my little laptop over there and maybe see if I can squeeze into somebody's office and share with them. I'm wondering if maybe
play a little ping pong.
I could be a roommate with somebody.
They got racquetball there too, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, this is going to be a great center of the city in referencing the recreational. So that 1,500 kids, I have no doubt, will grow as the facilities have and all the people come into town.
Absolutely.
So Tim, I want to get back to the serious aspect of things, and that's this new permitting program that is rolling out. Let's start delving into that, because that is a wonderful benefit.
Absolutely, Ted. We're very excited about it. As you said, I've been with the city for some time, and this is something that we've been working on. What we call it is our residential direct permitting process, and what it does is it provides an opportunity for anyone with a residential building permit, a residential project that requires a building permit, to actually walk their permit application through in one day. It's actually in a half a day.
Nice.
Yep. So we're really excited about that.
And Joe, we neglected to talk about, this is the first time on the show, first time the city's had a public information officer in quite some time.
Correct.
So this is good news. So before we get into that good news, let's talk about what the responsibilities of your job are.
The responsibilities of my job, that is a wide variety of things.
It is.
But for now, a lot of that has become website capabilities. Before that, the website was in the hands of Stella Wilson, our last planner, and a webmaster is a job in and of itself, and so that kind of just needed someone who could be dedicated to really, keeping the information fresh, kind of telling the story of what's going on. So that's also the social media. So you will see us getting more involved with social media. We're already at facebook.com/cityofFWB.
There you go. See, that's your job. You're the goodwill promotional ambassador for the city.
Yes, because like I said, we have departments who are out there doing all sorts of wonderful things at the city. But as Tim has said before, they're so busy doing the job that they don't really think to, let's talk about the job we're doing. And so that's my job.
Your job is to promote not only how wonderful it is to live here, et cetera, but all the stuff that's going on and the benefits of the city, such as the one that Tim's chatted about.
So like residential direct, for instance, when I heard about that, for someone like me who doesn't have an engineering background or any kind of expertise, when I heard that my folks, anybody as residents could come through for this expedited, simplified process, that really means something.
It shows that our city is looking out for our citizens. So let's dig a little deeper into this, Tim. Let's share some examples of who would utilize this and for what reason.
Well, the great thing about the way the program works, Ted, is anybody can use it. It's not something we have just for our contractors. Our residents can use it. And a lot of times, they're the ones that need it the most. They may do 1 or 2 building projects in their life. But here in the state of Florida, a property owner can pull their own building permit. And so when they do that, it's something totally new to them. And this gives a scheduled time on every single Wednesday. It's from 7:30 in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning, where all the professionals will be sitting there waiting to serve them.
Oh my God.
And so they can come in, they can ask whatever questions they have, and they can work right through the process. So anything that would require what we call plan review, which could be fences, driveways, all the way up to remodeling projects and even a brand new home. You can come in at 7:30 in the morning, and before 11 o'clock, you'll actually leave with your permit.
Now, see, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, so someone's out there now thinking about this process. You can come in there. It's like a little educational thing. It's almost like a Home Depot kind of training session, but it's much more specified in regarding what exactly they can do with their house.
Exactly, and we actually take our training room and we reserve it for that time period. We've got some TVs and stuff we do training in there, so we have the news on for them. They can sit in there, drink coffee, and do that while we do our review. We come get them if we have questions, and then that way we can educate them of everything they're going to need. They can answer any questions we have, and we get the process done quickly.
Joe, do you think it was Tim's idea for this?
It was probably Tim's idea for this.
I don't know about that.
He's being humbled about it, but again, it's a wonderful approach to the city staff. You folks work for the city, in case you're wondering. They work for the city, and they're trying to do anything they can for the residents of the city, factually and functionally, to make it easier to live here and make it even more wonderful. That's great. So what else we got? Let's talk about some of the things we got coming up in our city here. 2015, New Year. Let's just pick out something.
We're excited. You know, I'm not sure if you were there for New Year's, but that was a huge event. I think that was a good indication of things to come. We had hundreds of people out there to see Continuum, to see the fireworks. It was just, there was a good spirit about the event. People, you know, people come downtown, people come to the landing, they're entertained, it's family friendly, it's fun, and I think that that was just a good kickoff for what to expect. And we're always working on ways to make things more fun, make them safer, make them more convenient. What's going on with the pedestrian improvement?
Yep. We started a few months ago with a pedestrian improvement project.
Right.
As you know, we've got, that is actually nearing completion. We expect it to be done first or second week in February. And that's pretty good. It's provided some safer crosswalks, some lighting, some notification signs, and things like that.
Just to clarify, that's right in downtown.
That is
where everyone sees it, right about by the Indian Temple Mount Museum.
That's correct.
Kind of in that vicinity, so people have driven. I mean, everyone drives by through 98 through downtown at some point in time during the day. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know if we have any pictures. Did you provide any pictures to Sean?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll see them. Sean will insert them right now, and they'll be able to see it. So let's describe the purpose of that. What was the purpose of this, and how did it come about?
Well, that's a great question, Ted. We have spent a lot of time and effort in trying to create what we call crowding, or bring people to our downtown. Right. We have such a great community of businesses and people that frequent those businesses downtown that a lot of people didn't know about. So the city, through our concerts in the park and our movies in the park and Art Walk and some of the other things that we're doing, have been bringing people down there. Well, when we do that, it's important we keep them safe.
There you go.
So we wanted to make sure that not only could people work on the south side of 98, but also they could frequent the businesses on the north side of 98. And so in order to do that, we needed to create a safe mechanism for them to get across the street. And so we had some crosswalks and things that weren't quite as safe as they could be. We've been doing what we can to improve that.
Yeah, now Joe, so people now will be downtown across the street at the Indian Temple Mount Museum and actually cut across the road right in front of Jeff Ring's Buccaneer gift shop down that vicinity safely.
Correct.
Isn't that exciting?
I'm excited, and you know, Art Walk is coming back soon. That'll be March, and they're expanding it through November this year. So, you know, the concerts of the Landing will be coming back. There's just so much we have going on down there, and so, you know, we ask you to come down there. We invite everybody to come down, and we hold up our end of the bargain. We want to make it safe. We want to make it enjoyable, and you know, we're also open to ideas and collaborations. We work great with the downtown merchants, with the chamber. You know, we're ready.
You know, Tim and I were at New Year's.
That's right.
You were taking pictures and running around, et cetera. But as you talk to the restaurateurs, last year it was empty.
Absolutely.
This year,
somewhere around 1,000. We had somewhere around 1,000 people. Right. One of the things we're most excited about is we actually ran, as you know, a bus loop back and forth to. One of the things people are always concerned about is parking. We've got some exciting things coming about parking too, but people are concerned about being able to park when they come to an event down there. So during the New Year's event, we actually had a shuttle that ran back and forth between some off-site parking locations and hotels on the island and locations here inside the city that would allow people to park off-site and then come and frequent. And we had right around 400 people ride that shuttle. So we brought 400 people to that event that would maybe not have come.
Absolutely. It was a little cool that night. I mean, it wasn't Arctic cold like they might be experiencing in the Northeast at this time of year, but it was comfortable. And lots of folks, you mentioned the band, the fireworks at midnight. I mean, it was just a wonderful event. So I agree, it was a great kickoff. So let's talk about, you talk about Art Walk, concerts in the park. Let's talk about a little bit of the specifics of those as to when they occur.
March starts with Art Walk, and from what I understand, it's going to kind of a first Friday.
Got it. Oh, good. Love it.
You know, because it had been going with the third Friday for a while, but I think first Friday kind of sticks in the mind.
Nice.
People know to expect it. They'll come out, and then, you know, for some of the larger events we see, like New Year's, bow legs, things like that, I would like to see personally the shuttles come back. I used it. I thought it was really good. I got the whole experience. So I took the shuttle from the Holiday Inn right to the landing, and it was, you know, it was super convenient. The drivers were friendly, you know, it was efficient, and so I think you'll see things like that. The concerts at the landing that kicks off May 1st.
Working with Apex. Again, I see Tim at those also. Tim enjoys to experience the fun activities in downtown, which is a wonderful thing. So Apex, what a series that was last year. We're anticipating bigger and better this year.
Yes, sir. We actually have 10 concerts scheduled this year.
All right.
All of the bands are already booked. We've
nice.
got, last year we had to go get bands. This year bands are trying to come to us because they're super excited about what's going on down there. And the businesses are excited. We're working on some programs with them to allow them to get outside, and that feel that you had during New Year's, Ted, where you could walk up and down the street and frequent some of the businesses outside, not actually have to go inside. We're going to get that worked out for you by the time the concerts are in effect.
Thank you for that. It's almost like he's doing it specifically for me. Each resident of the city should feel that way, that Tim and the staff of the Fort Walton Beach City here are doing it specifically for you.
That's right.
The resident.
We are.
So this is great stuff, Joe. What else we got going on down there? We got our branding thing we're going to roll out sometime. Our FWB here, we kind of let that slide by. That was your great idea. So what we're going to see is just more promotional activities, more proactive activities for Fort Walton.
Correct. And what I'm finding too is I think the energy is picking up. Things are livening up. People are coming to me, to Tim, you know, with ideas. People are thinking, well, I want to try this. What do you think? And, you know, whether that's an event, whether that's a big project, whatever. And so, you know, one of the things that we are looking for is we are looking for that feedback. Right. Our citizen satisfaction survey is coming up. You'll see that here in the next month. It comes out in the water bill. We'll be promoting it on Facebook and online. So we want those ideas and we want that feedback, and we're sending out the mechanism to do it.
Absolutely. And so you're hearing all good, right? The citizens are happy, elected officials are happy, staff is happy?
Yes, sir.
We got
as happy as we can be.
Big election coming up March 10th.
Yes, sir.
That should be interesting.
We are, and the chamber is hosting a meet. It's not a meet and greet. You're hosting
a
candidate forum.
Wednesday, February 18th. The Chamber Building Industry Association, Emerald Coast Association of Realtors, and our friends at the other business that just slipped my mind right now, but it'll come to me in a second. We're hosting on behalf of the NAACP, certainly. So we have 4 wonderful organizations. Wednesday, February 18th. Come listen to the candidates. Right. Good. I mean, the council members. It's a fun job.
It is, and we've got an amazing list this time of candidates.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you'll get 2 or 3 people that'll run, and this time I think it's 11 candidates that are running. So we're really excited to see this kind of interest, and I think that, Ted, that kind of speaks to what's going on. People want to be a part of what's going on.
Exactly.
Absolutely. You've got a lot of information to publicly announce. Joe, anything else you have for us today?
I don't think so. You know, right now we're kind of about the election. We just welcomed Helen Hunt-Rigdon to the council.
That's right.
We're really excited. The survey will be coming out, and so there are just a lot of ways to engage with us right now. Like I said, we want that feedback, and we want people to come out.
Got it. Tim, we dabbled a little bit about the parking. We'll come back to that. That's a full show, I'm certain. But the permitting process, it's open, starts, and...
Yep, it actually started in January and is going strong. We've had a great deal of success with it, and we're looking forward to seeing it grow.
Well, I think the exciting thing, folks, Joe Soria is going to be sitting in this seat sometime soon.
Very soon.
And she has promised us that every show she'll have a different hairstyle.
That's right.
Different hair color. So that just that in itself is going to be a reason to join.
Challenge accepted.
The public information officer sitting here promoting our community, bringing people like Tim and the council members and the city staff. Fort Walton Beach, folks, it's just going to be a great year in 2015. Joe, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Keep working there. Keep doing what you can for our citizens. Folks, go to fwb.org at all times to see what Joe and the crew are doing down there. Come to a city council meeting. Come downtown. Go all over town. And just enjoy living and breathing and having fun here in the city of Fort Walton Beach. We want to thank Chuck and Sean who are helping out at Cox. And stay tuned for more Okaloosa Today.